Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can improve skin detail in your image generation. This is a technique that's going to work with SD 1.5, 2.0, 2.1, SDXL, and Flux as well. With the model that I'm going to show you today, it will add the contrast, the shadow, and it will enhance the skin detail that was already there. Now here's another example. Again, this is from Flux, and right away it looks good, but if we add the model in here, you can see that it increases the shadows, the contrast, and it gives the overall face more definition, as you can see here. Now this model is going to work even if you have dark skin tone. So in this particular case, you can see that it's going to add that extra shadow effect wherever it's missing it. Here's another example, and as you can see, we have the same kind of effect. Now of course, if your images are like this one where it's slightly blurry, but the face, the skin is still defined in the image, then it will be able to add that same effect. Here's another example. This one is slightly blurry, and I've intentionally blurred the image to show you that it actually works even if the main character is not in focus for the camera. So if you're using realistic images that you've taken with your smartphone and you want to enhance it, you can just drag it in here and it will enhance it like this. Now, if you have people of different age group, like this one, an elderly person, it will still be able to give you the same kind of effect, a little bit more dramatic type of effect, as you can see here. Now, of course, if you have characters of different ethnicity, then as well it will work. It's basically trained on all kind of skin tone, so you should not have any problem when it comes to different countries. In this particular case, I think the intensity is a little bit too much, as you can see here. Left is going to be after and the right side is the before. You can see that we have a little bit more detail on the left side compared to the right side, but I think it's a little bit too much. I will show you how you can decrease the intensity later on. For anime users, it's going to work, but it's not going to add extra detail when the original image doesn't have. So if you look at the forehead here, we don't have anything. It's not going to do anything there. It's only going to intensify the areas where we have shadows and add a little bit more contrast to the overall image. Of course, when it comes to anime style, usually skin tone is just one color. And if we want to do shadows, we'll just decrease the saturation or the luminosity and then get a darker shade of that same color. So if you have these type of anime characters where the color is pretty much the same on the face, it's not going to do anything. It does work with the different art styles. So in this particular case, I have a watercolor art style. And as you can see, it's going to enhance the image, even though it's not a realistic character. Now, the one thing that you'll need to know is that if your image is a darker color like this, we have dark tone in your image, then it's not going to add anything. So right now, this is the after, this is before, after, before, and as you can see, we don't have a lot of changes. Maybe in this area here, you can see that we have a little bit of change here, but that's about it. Now, in cases like this, where we have a zoom in effect, then you will be able to appreciate the effect more. Pay attention to the skin here, as well as around the eye here. So as you can see, I'm moving. Again, on the left side is going to be after, right side is the before. So as you can see, this is after, this is before. So it's enhancing the details that already present there. Now here's another example. This one is a drawing, and it's not going to do a lot when we have these type of images. It's only going to add a little bit of shadow, and you can see it here under the collarbone as well as around the eyes. So this is before, this is after. Now, when it comes to black and white images, it's not going to do anything. So this one has absolutely no effect. Now, this model is specifically for skin. So if you try to use it on anything that does not have any skin, it's not going to do anything at all. And in case if you're wondering, yes, it does work with hands and feet as well. So in this particular case, this is before and this is after. So you can see that we have detail added to the hand. And in this image, surprisingly, it also enhances the cloth. As you can see, if you pay attention to the cloth, it's adding some depth into the image here. Now, if we take this image here, I think the intensity is a little bit too much. So you will need to take the original image as well as the final image and go to an application like Photoshop. You can use Krita, you can use GIMP, anything that will allow you to add a mask. By the way, you can also do it inside of ComfyUI if you know how to do it, but I'm just going to show you how to do it inside a photo editor. So add the original image. This is the one without the enhancement, and then add the one with the enhancement. And at first it's going to be like this. So this is going to be before and this is going to be after. Now, let's say you want to decrease the intensity and you want it everywhere. Then in this case, you can use the option opacity here and decrease it to something like 50%. So right now, this is going to be before and this is after. So it's just 50% of that enhanced detail that we are adding. Now, the other option that you have is this one here, where I'm adding a mask to it. So you will need to add a mask using this add vector mask. In Photoshop, it's going to say add mask. In some other application, it may have a different name. But basically, what the mask will do, it will allow you to draw where you want that effect to happen. So anything that is white here, this section is where I'm applying the effect. So this is before and this is after. So you pay attention to the left side of the image, the one that I think should be in the shadows. So that's where I've added the effect, as you can see here. And then I've also added the effect on the hands here. So before and after, like this. So that's one way that you can do it. Inside of ComfyUI, you will need to use the segmentation method to extract specific part of the image. So you can have face, you can have hands, depending on the segmentation method that you're using. And then you pass that over to the Upscaler. Now, the Upscaler itself, the model that I'm talking about today is this one here. It's the 1x skin contrast high super ultra compact, and I will leave a link in the description below where you can download it. Now, when it comes to automatic 1111 stable diffusion forge, I do not believe you have the ability to use third-party upscalers. There is a list and you're restricted to that list. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll pin your comment to let others know. But as far as I know, you will need to use ComfyUI, a simple load upscale model, and then just pass your original image to that model in order to get this enhanced effect. It's very simple. I will leave the workflow in the description below if you want to just drag and drop inside of ComfyUI. Now, if you stayed all the way until the end here, let me show you how you can go from this blurry image to slightly less blurry, more defined, and then a little bit more enhancement. And finally, we upscale this image to 4K. So if you can see at the bottom here, we are at 4096 and you can see the zoom level here is only 22%. Now you will need to use ComfyUI for this one, and I'm just going to go through the workflow. Again, there will be a link in the description below where you can download this exact workflow. Now I'm using the Flux model. This is the load image, so you just need to drag and drop your image here. I'm resizing it to 1024 by 1024. It's the best resolution for Flux, and you just need to input your prompt here. This will go through, and here's a before and after comparison. So what we are doing in this first step is defining the shape of the different items, objects that you have in your image. In this particular case, since this is a close-up portrait of a woman eye, it's basically redefining the shape of the face itself. So from blurry to not so blurry. Now in the second step here, I am adding the skin contrast, and it's going to add that contrast. In the third step here, I am passing this already enhanced image to a second pass. So it's the same thing that you will see in pretty much any two pass workflow. And it's taking whatever enhancement that we have and it's just cleaning up the image, as you can see here. So this is before, this is after, so you can see quite a big improvement here. Now the final step is just increasing the resolution to 4K. So for this one, I'm just using NMKD 4X model, which will take from 1080p to 4K. All right, so I just wanted to point out that this skin contrast upscaler model is available for all of you, and you can integrate it in your Flux workflows mostly. It will also work with SDXL or any of the previous models, but for 1.5 and SDXL workflows, there are a lot of models that will give you better control over the output. All right, so give it a try. Let me know how it works for you. Thank you for watching until the very end. Have a great day ahead. Take care, and I will see you next time.